picture of Torino was approximately 1990, and as you can see, was really a grey city. And everybody in the world knows Torino as an industrial city. At that time, it was really the city of Fiat Group, so a car industry city. There was no tourism. It was impossible to find a group of tourists in the city, and the hotels closed during the weekend. So Torino was really a place where, not a place where to go, was not in the map, and nobody knows that Torino was the first capital of Italy. Then it changed something at a certain moment. Someone in the city, politician, a group of professors from the university, and also businessmen said, oh, it's not possible to have a so smart city, but to have a so bad image outside of the city. And so they look outside in Europe, mainly in Europe, to see other cities, other examples, and to take something and to try to do the same thing. And so they look at Barcelona, Bilbao, for example, in Spain, and Glasgow in UK or Lyon in France, because in that moment they were using a strategy to change the image of their city. And so Torino started a strategic plan. So a strategic plan was really a vision for the future of the city. And they collect ideas from everybody in the community, in the large community. They share experiences and they put together their vision towards the future for Torino. It has been a magic moment for Torino, that one. And the strategic plan did a lot of things. First of all, the Olympic Winter Games. So in 2006, Torino hosted the Olympic Winter Games, and this was a sort of starting point for this changement for the city. It was not only for the Olympics, but also for a changement for all the environment of the city. So we also have a look of our city, a new one. This is only an example of the look, because the city was in that moment very vibrant. There was a lot of things to do and to see in the city. And finally, people from abroad understand that there was a new city. And then we did also other things linked to the cultural monuments and the museums. So we restored a lot of museums and the royal castle, because we have a lot of royal castle just outside Torino, and we restored it. This is another example of a big castle that was in ruins before, until 2000. And then we also have an Egyptian museum. We were talking before about the Egyptian museum. The Egyptian museum in Torino is the second most important one in the world after the one in Cairo, but nobody knows before. So we really changed something inside the museum, and now is really an attraction for the city. But we also did other things, not only in the field of culture. In 1960, it became a car parking. So it's a very nice place. And then we transformed the square, and now is a place where to go for an aperitif, and is really the heart of the city. So I was talking about a social innovation program. We did a lot, and in Italy we are an example for this type of project. And finally, we also have an underground system transformation. We are the city of car design, so we used to have a car at first place in our mind, but was necessary to have also other system of transformation. And finally, we have. And we also have a new connection with Milano and for other city of Italy. This is a night spread. So now we are linked with Milano, and it takes 45 minutes. So we are very well connected to other cities. in Europe. And in this context, this big changement, the city became the first world design capital. So we were in touch with the ICSID in that moment, and I think that ICSID understood that Torino was using design to change, and to change the image, and to change everything in the city from a cultural point of view, economical and social. And so this is the reason why Torino became the first world design capital, but really the pilot project. Sometimes I prefer to say that was the pilot project, because we really started together with ICSID to build the project. There was nothing. There was a white paper just in front of us, and it was necessary to develop a project, and the project has to be useful or also for other cities, so it was not only for Torino. And so the experience of Torino was really important to build other projects in other cities. What we done really in World Design Capital, because it was 1 year is a very big, a very long-term project. It's not like the Olympic Winter Games that was only 2 weeks, so was very easy to promote, 2 weeks. But when we start to build the World Design Capital project, we understand that it was necessary to spread the design in everywhere in the city. And so 1 year was necessary to do that. We already have design. Design is part of the history of Italy. We have in our DNA there is design. So those are only some example of product that came from Torino area, so Alessi. But this was not the first things useful for the project. And so we start from here, from our history, from our DNA, to do a new project. We start from the format, because there was no idea of what to do, from the governance of the project. Maybe now is not so important, but at that time it was really very important. And then we go through the calendar, so we use the entire period, and in Torino, we say, oh, we need to have the attention of the people on some projects. And so we decided to have approximately 8 flagship events. So that flagship events were very important for Torino. And then we asked to all the design community around the city to propose, to put something into the calendar. And so at the end, we start with 8 big projects, but at the end, the total amount of event, project, and so on was approximately 360. So a very, very big participation. A picture only to say that our color was the green, and also the color we chose together with ICSID to have a color, because at first the logo of ICSID was only a black logo, but Torino said we need to have a color to explain something more about our city. So now I'm happy to see that we have other colors, and I have to say thank you to Taipei, because I saw that you put in this communication all the color of previous World Design Capital city to understand the meaning of the color of the logo. And then this was one of the flagship events. We understand that was important to talk about our roots, and so was necessary to do an exhibition, a very big exhibition about car design. And then this is an example of one event that was not a flagship event, but it has been a successful event made by one of our sponsors, that was Bombay Sapphire, and they did some lecture using a very strange place, a swimming pool. So we really spread design everywhere. This is my favorite. I also put a picture of, you can understand nothing from this picture, but in any case, was my favorite project, because in this project, we started to work in 2007 for that one, and we really work with normal citizen. We collect their problems, and we try really to solve them with the designers. And so we did a competition at an international level to have designers, and they asked them to come in Torino and to work with citizens to solve their problem. And finally, this was one of the flagship events, and was the design house. And I'm very happy to say, after the end of World Design Capital, ICSID decided to put this event into the format, the general format of World Design Capital. So each World Design Capital now has this project inside the calendar. But at the end of World Design Capital, we really understood that there is one thing very important. It's necessary to continue to invest in design field after World Design Capital, because World Design Capital is a very big opportunity, I think, for a city, and it costs something. And I'm happy to share this opinion with everybody, because I think when you finish, you say, okay, stop, now it's okay. But no, you have to continue to invest and to do things. Just very quick, two little story about what happened after World Design Capital in Torino. There are not two very enormous story, but I think that two examples only because we had World Design Capital in Torino. So the first one is a Fab Lab, a small-scale workshop in which you can do digital fabrication, and in Torino was born thanks to the design community. So now is a very vibrant place where the design community exchange ideas and can do things inside. We have to thank the design community, but especially this guy. He is the inventor of Arduino software. It's an open software, and this guy is from Torino, but now his idea is spread everywhere in the world. So you can use this software to do almost everything. And so this is the Arduino software. Our image now, because the guy is from Torino, so we use a lot the image of this software. And then the second one is a design festival. Was born in 2010, so 2 years after World Design Capital, and is a festival focused on independent design. So it's not for big brands. We have Milano just near us, and we have the Milano Design Festival week that is very important, and in which big brands have a lot of opportunity to show them. But independent designers had another story, and is a new trend now in Europe, because the history of design in Italy came from the industrial design. But now we have really a lot of designers that are starting their activities in another way. They start from drawing, and they arrived until the promotion of their project, and they are using to work with craftsmen. So it's another story, really, not linked to big brand, but we have a lot of designers in Italy that are doing in that way. So what is the festival? The festival is a marketplace, a commercial marketplace, which you can find, you can buy products. So here's only an idea of some. And then it's also a place in which you can debate and you can talk about independent design and this new type of design. And we give also opportunity to have workshops. We have a very intensive and a big calendar of workshops, some ideas only. And then we have also a B2B program. So we invite gallery and shop online or trendy place, trendy design to participate and to be in touch with the designer to try to find a solution for selling products. Here you can see his backer is the founder of Drug Design, and so this year was on the festival to talk and to understand better this new festival in Torino. So this is the next edition of the festival in October, will be in October, and I really hope that some designers from Taipei can come in Torino and participate to this event. So this is an official invitation to Taipei to take part and to come in Torino. So thank you very much. I really hope that the opportunity of Torino could be useful for you. Thank you.